Let's take a closer look at the Young Jedi Adventures 2-pack featuring Kai Brightstar and a special hologram version of Yoda.
Villa Varykino, living the Star Wars life.
Hello there, and thanks for visiting the Villa Varykino YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be unboxing the Young Jedi Adventures 2-pack featuring Kai Brightstar and a special hologram version of Yoda. I enjoy collecting the cute side of Star Wars, so when Hasbro revealed the line from the Disney animated series Young Jedi Adventures, I've been trying to collect up as much as I can. This particular 2-pack was not available for me locally here in New Zealand, so I had to import it, and it's taken a little bit to get to me, but it's finally here. So before I take these figures out and take a closer look at all their details, let's go over this bright and colorful packaging. We have a picture here of Kai Brightstar from the show and a hologram version of Master Yoda, as we can see here. The packaging notes that these toys are for ages 3 and up because they do contain some small components. This is part of Hasbro's plastic-free packaging line, so this is an open box. I can touch the figures, so if you are able to and you have this available locally, I do tend to try and check the paint jobs, particularly around the eyes, as they can be scratched if kids are playing with the packaging on the store shelves. The back shows that there is a green lightsaber down in this cardboard section, so I am very keen to check that out once I get them all open. And you can see the figures themselves are held on with those sort of paper twisty ties there, so got to get some scissors to snap those out later. We've got a bright and sunny background here with that bold yellow Young Jedi Adventures logo there. And we can see, written in a few different languages, this notes that it is a special hologram figure. There are several different combinations of figures from the Young Jedi Adventures line. This particular Kai Brightstar is the standard one. It is available in a number of different ways, including in a singular figure package. But as far as I can find, this is the only way to get this special hologram Yoda figure. So this is why I hunted it down, because I wanted this one for my collection. So moving on. Pretty plain side. We have an image here of the two figures. We can see Kai Brightstar and the hologram Yoda. It shows Yoda not holding anything, but I think it's interesting that on the side it says that it includes 2 figures and 2 accessories. So I'm thinking what they mean here is his cape and his lightsaber, because technically the cape can be removable. It kind of clips around the neck. So because this picture doesn't picture a Yoda with like a cane or a lightsaber or anything. So, and it mentions that small parts may be generated because you can, you know, take the small components off, like the lightsaber and the cape, and it's best not to give those to small children. So there we go, copyright stuff on there, and that text talking about the figures and accessories there. Very bright and sunny. I can't wait to get stuck in and open them up. So now I have the 2 figures out of the packaging, so we can take a closer look at the details. I'm going to start with Kai Brightstar. This is the standard figure of this character, so if you've bought him in his singular packaging or perhaps in a multi-pack, this is the same figure that you will be already familiar with. But let's take a closer look at the details in case you don't already have him. I think Hasbro has done a really good job of translating the cute animation style into their toy line. The Young Jedi Adventures is set during the High Republic era, so I really like the gold detail that they have on their Jedi tunics. We can see Kai also has green and orange as part of his Young Jedi outfit with black boots. The packaging noted 2 accessories, which for Kai are the green lightsaber, made out of a single piece of green plastic with the hilt painted silver. His lightsaber in the show does have more color details, but because this is a slightly more simplistic rendition, it is just that plain silver, though we can still see the painted details like the wrapping on the lower part of the hilt. The other accessory for Kai is his removable cape. It is made out of a sort of flexible orange plastic that attaches with a peg and just kind of sits around the shoulders there, so it's easy to take on and off if you want to put him in some different poses. If I can just get this one back on, we can take a closer look at his posability. There we go, snap that around his shoulders. There. little bit bendy. Okay, so his main movement is through his hips. His legs move together as one. So if you want to sit him down. So if you want to put him in a starfighter or a speeder bike, you can remove his cape, though it does kind of flex to sort of help that pose a little bit better there. So his main movement is his arms. So there's a lot here that we can do. They'll go up and down. We can move them around to the front, and the hands even move separately to the arms as well. So we can get some really cool fight scenes with his lightsaber poses. His head does move. It is a little bit stiff, but I think that's just the right amount of movement that you need for these characters. Most of the times they're going to be sort of standing up or sitting down and doing different lightsaber poses with their arms. So just the right amount of articulation to help avoid perhaps some broken pieces from too much exciting play. So the hands are in a pretty classic lightsaber grip, and with just a little bit of a wriggle, we can get that lightsaber hilt into his hand. So we can get some pretty cute poses, and you can rotate the wrist, because there are some other characters that you can sort of pose fight scenes with, like the Tanu Temple training droids, and one of the adversaries in the show, Tabor, is also available in the action figure line, so you can pose them doing some lightsaber fights. So that is the Kai Brightstar figure. Very cute. Let's move on to the Hologram Yoda. So I already have the Kai Brightstar, but it's always fun to have another one to pose in a different scene. But the real reason I bought this set was for the Hologram Yoda. Saw pictures online, but there is something really quite cool about this sort of almost pearlescent, translucent blue plastic that they have used for him here. I think it works really well as a hologram. So he's pretty much sturdy, solid. Because of his short legs, he doesn't really have any feet articulation. His feet don't move. They're all in a solid one-piece sort of thing there. He does have a little bit of movement through his waist, though it is a little bit stiff, and you do start to get a little bit askew because of his tunic and robes sculpted down the front. So it does look a little bit funny, but technically you can do that. He does have some movement in his arms, though with Yoda, his cloak is kind of sculpted over the shoulders, so you're not really going to get much upward. It's kind of more just sort of out. But this is a hologram. He's not going to do fight scenes or anything too adventurous here. I note that his hands are quite stiff, but they do rotate there under his sleeves. And I think it's kind of interesting that I almost can't see the articulation in the joints in this plastic, even though it is, you know, semi-see-through. You can kind of get just a little bit of a view through his torso, but because of the sort of striping across of his tunic, it's kind of nicely hidden there. And his face, we can see through his ears a little bit. This is the most lightest part of the plastic, which I think is quite fun. And then we get sort of a cute neutral face there. So no sort of details on the back. I think it's kind of interesting that he does have a peg hole on the back here, even though he is sculpted with his robe. I guess this is for attaching to some of the other play sets that are also available from the Hasbro line, sold separately. And then we get the back of his hair. There is actually sort of some hair sort of sculpted flicking up here, which is kind of interesting. It's not completely smooth. But yes, I know it's really simple. He doesn't come with any accessories. You're not really going to pose him any differently. But if you are trying to complete the whole line of Young Jedi Adventure toys by Hasbro, he is definitely a unique one, and I really wanted him to complete my collection. So for comparison's sake, I also have the standard version of Yoda that is available separately. So we can see the details here between these two. And now that I can see them side by side, they do appear to be pretty much exactly the same sculpt, just without the paint and made in a different plastic. I can see all of those details. You can sort of see them a little clearly when they're all painted up, but it is the same sculpt as I suspected, but it's just nice to see them side by side. It's really quite fun. He does appear in hologram in the show, so this isn't sort of like a weird alternate version, because he does, obviously, in that kind of era, he's not based solely on Tanu, so he sort of holograms in every now and again to talk to the Jedi And so I thought that that would be a really fun addition to my lineup, even though he is pretty much the same Yoda figure. But I think it's really pretty in this sort of pearlescent plastic, and it does fit with the storytelling there. Kind of funny that they picture him with a cane on the box in that front image, though this version does not come with a cane. Perhaps it would be just too small of an accessory for a toy line compared to the length of the lightsabers. So I understand it from a toy perspective there. But yeah, I think this is a really fun addition to my collection. I have got more of the items from the Hasbro Young Jedi Adventures line to unbox, including the very exciting and very large Tanu Temple. So do subscribe if you want to see more unboxings from the Young Jedi Adventures line. I really enjoy the show. I think it's really cute. It's a lot more detailed and scripted than I was expecting. So if you haven't checked it out, do give it a try. All of the episodes are currently available on Disney+. So thank you so much for watching my Kai and Yoda 2-pack unboxing from Hasbro's Young Jedi Adventure toy line. I think these are really cute, and I hope you can see why I am diving in and collecting them, because I think they are such a fun representation. There is quite a lot of printed material for the High Republic era, but we don't have that much in the way of actual physical collectibles yet. I want to see some action figures of some of the characters. There is a lot of stories being told in the High Republic era, so it kind of seems funny that this children's show toy line is one of the only ways that we can get collectibles from this era, with these pale tunics accented in gold like we see here. But yes, hopefully sometime in the future. Thank you so much for watching. Do check out my other videos for more Star Wars unboxings and adventures. Catch you in the next video, and as always, may the Force be with you.
If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a like, check out our other videos, and subscribe for alerts about new uploads. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.